All right, everybody, we're going to cut the music short because we're working on borrowed time. Welcome to the Gamerhood. I am Jason Hobbs. I'm just another player in this game. We're playing Hperborea, 3rd edition. Cleo is in the house. And I think I might as well turn it over to the tabletop and we'll hear from Zach and see what he wants to do to continue. Take it away, Zach.
Sure, Hobbs, but do you have a different camera over there that your other stream's in? Okay, because I'm getting the side view of you and can see your
Yes.
awesome book.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Thank you. Still waiting on a shipping notice on mine, Chef. If you happen to be watching. Welcome back, guys. This is just session 2 for our Adventures in Khromarium campaign. So yeah, we're gonna just pick it up. I know we're a little bit late tonight, so it'll be a shorter session, but it's all right. I think we got some action to get into tonight. Who wants to give a little bit of a recap of session 1? Robert, I think you were just making the appropriate edits. You want to let us know what happened?
Sure. So we were arrested at the Green Mace, an inn we were staying at. There was a Zathaqua idol that had been stolen, and the authorities arrested both us and a second group there. And not knowing who of us had stolen it, they basically put us in a gladiatorial combat. Basically, whoever would win their innocence, and we managed to put to death the other group. So as we left the stadium where we had fought, we were approached by a priestess, Renea, if I have that correct, outside that arena, and she had a job for us to do. She wanted us to recover a prayer book from another priest who had stolen it from her. It's got some secrets in there, and she really wants those back. And he lives in the Irons ward, or is working out of there. And then we went to that area and was trying to find out more about him, where he was located. We moved over to the Hooded Falcon, an inn over in the Irons, and talked to some people there. And we learned, I think it was the innkeeper who told us this, that there was an area, the Four Corners area, where this person, this priest, by description, had been seen to have a place over there. So we went over there, started to scope the place out, got there via Rat's Alley, and last session ended with us basically getting the layout, scoping out the buildings, and kind of making a plan about where we were going to move to next after that.
Sounds pretty accurate to me. Anybody have any modification or addendums to that?
Seems fantastic.
I think I actually have I redrew this. So a little bit better of a layout to the place that you were looking at. Alley kind of circles all around, and along the south side, parallel to it, is the main street. Stables, a 2-story warehouse structure, single-story warehouse, some kind of 2-story shop on bottom, residence on top, more warehouse, and then a single-story residence in the southwest corner. So where we left off last week, it was after dark, probably getting around towards about 10 p.m. or so. In the Irons, it's not early enough for the nightlife to have quieted down, so you can still hear the sounds of revelry coming from the Hooded Falcon that's only like a couple blocks over. You hear kind of sounds of like a fight or something going on a block over to the north. It sounds like some drunks just bickering and maybe coming to blows a little bit, but not loud enough that it's likely to attract this town militia. The alley that you are in is pretty deserted and quiet. All of the buildings that back up to the alley face to the other direction. So you have some darkened windows with shutters that you can't tell if anyone is looking out at you or anything, but there's no lights, there's no people. You think you have pretty good coverage. for your daring do's of the night, your skullduggery, as it were. And I believe where we left was climbing up on top of the single-floored warehouse, so you could get a better look into the Four Corners district here. Is that right?
Yeah, man.
Yep.
Perfect. Well then, from on top of this warehouse, you guys had no trouble climbing. I think we have 3 of the thief subclasses on here. No rolls necessary. Normally, our fighter and our 2 fighter types would have to roll, but with 3 of you guys, you have no trouble helping them up fairly quietly on top of the roof. And from this perch up here, you can see the warehouse. The 2-floor one does have a window on the upper level that faces out towards the floor, the rooftop that you are on. It is shuttered, but you can just make out that there's the flicker of light inside that window. Down in the courtyard itself, you get a better look at those doors over there. There's a double door that leads into the courtyard, and there actually is a guard sitting with a lantern. He's sitting on a stool, got a little table next to him, seems to be drinking his ale. He's actually got a crossbow kind of at the ready, relaxingly sitting in a cloak over him, but there's a lantern hanging just inside there. So you can see from the light a little bit more view of the courtyard. It is a muddy field that is quite covered with track marks of both wagons coming in and out. And even from up here, you can see that there's like a lot of foot or paw prints of the traffic going like over to the stables, to this south warehouse over here quite a bit. Up here you can't make out what, but definitely a heavily trafficked area. Aside from that, there's like a few crates and bales of hay and the like around. The larger warehouse on the north side and the one on the south side both have big bay doors that open out onto the courtyard. This one that you are standing on top of seems to just have a single, regular approaching door, not for wagons and the like, that goes out. The 2 residence buildings do not appear to have doors going into the courtyard. They actually face just outwards for their entrances. Aside from the guard there, that is the only activity that you see out here currently.
And the guard is closer to the entrance to the courtyard over here.
A little chair and stoop over there that he's sitting on.
Okay.
So, are we all up, or just the thieves are up, and then we are throwing a rope down to the others? What's the situation as far as that goes?
I thought everybody was up. And
All right, good. I want everybody to be up. I don't know why I'm bigger than everybody else. I suppose I should actually make a token out of this guy so it doesn't look like that.
yeah, should have done that during the down week. Sorry.
Son of a biscuit. All right, so the shop was a glassware shop, right? So we don't think the priest lives there. We think he lives in that far corner, right?
I don't think we know. The only other sign of life is the little bit of candlelight off the 2nd floor warehouse up here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if we had any idea if he was in a residence or not.
So what do we think?
Well, first off, what do we make out with the guard? Does he seem to spend most of his time just looking in the direction out here? Or is he occasionally looking back at the courtyard? Where does most of his attention seem to be focused?
He might be sleeping for all I can tell. He's sitting on a chair with his back to the wall. He's sort of slumped down. He's got the crossbow in his lap, but he doesn't seem to have, no iPad or anything to entertain himself. So he is just kind of slouched down with his cloak on. So it's hard to tell if he is fallen asleep at this point or not.
Maybe we should have had a plan.
And the window that we see some candlelight from on the second floor of the warehouse over here. When you say it's, we see some light coming out and it's shuttered. I'm picturing like external shutters that would be closed. Like someone would have to like reach through the window and shut them from the inside of the building. Are they external or are they somehow like?
This is almost just like a hinged wood flap that you would push open and then like have a little stick that props it open to get a little ventilation in.
I see. Okay, but it is external to the building. Like we
Yes.
can reach it from the outside. Okay. We could go peek in the window.
Okay, let's send a sneaky guy over there. Everyone else, like maybe we should have someone trained on the guard in case we do make a sound or something, and so we're prepared to deal with him.
I have a sling. I happily can do that.
I'll sneak
I'll-
over, or anyone else who wants to can. Otherwise, I'll have my bow trained on the guard then.
I see Gethin is creeping over there. Gethin, why don't you make me a move silent check and see if you can creep over and open that thing without making any noise.
All right. It's a solid 5 out of 12. Okay.
You just got a lot bigger there, I gotta say.
I know. There.
Hey,
Rolled a 3 out of 12. All right.
3 out of 12. Excellent. All right, so yeah, you are able to stealthily cross this this rooftop that you are on, which it is a shingled rooftop. So it's a little bit, gotta be careful on your footing to get over to it so you don't go sliding off shingles. But cracking open that outer shutter a little bit, raising it so that you can have a look inside. This window is over a loft area of the warehouse. The loft is filled with crates and barrels, but there's nobody actually up there. The light is coming from the lower level, which is a large open warehouse area, and you can see about a half dozen figures down there moving around, stacking crates and stuff. From your vantage point, you can just kind of make out from behind. Their leader seems to be a tall guy in scale mail with a saber at his waist, and like black, almost mohawk cut hair, and very dark tan skin. And you can kind of hear he's got sort of a rough barbarian, uncivilized accent, you would say, as he's ordering people around. Move those crates, you dogs. Hurry it up. I don't want to be here all night.
All right. Not that I care to at the moment, but like the window itself. If I was to is there like an opening mechanism on this side? Would it just lift upwards, or what are we looking at? Is it just a shutter?
Yeah, it's just like a flap.
Oh, just an opening. Okay. All right. Cool. So no glass. No glass here.
No.
All right. Okay, I'll take my time and make my way down and inform everyone of what I see. It doesn't sound like our guy.
And this is just a 2-story high building that's a warehouse. There's no upper level of it, right?
There was a loft. Like if you were to climb through that window, you would be on the loft section of it. But he was able to see from the window. You can still see down into the main section. That's where the people were working.
To climb up, it was just like a ladder. We don't think this is a loft where the priest is sleeping or anything.
Yeah, you can see the loft area from the window, and there's no bedroom or anything.
All right. Well, we don't think he's sleeping in the stables, right?
Probably not.
So that means he's staying at one of these other shops to the south. Is this shop in residence a 2-story shop or 1-story building?
Yeah. You would assume residence is usually on the second floor, shop on the bottom when you have a business and home stacked like that.
And this residence in the corner, is that a 2-story building as well, or is that single story?
Southwest corner, that would be a single store.
Is there a back door on the courtyard?
There is, yeah. There's a doorway over there.
How hard would it be to climb up on top of the shop and residence?
To climb up onto the second floor
Yeah.
roof.
Yeah.
Um,
Oops.
yeah, I think our thief types could do that without a roll.
The warehouse is a one-story. The southern warehouse is a one-story building.
Yep. The only two-story ones are this warehouse marked 2 floors, and then the shop and residence.
Okay.
Everything else is single floor.
What do you guys think? Should we try to traverse over there and then, or do you want to go down into the courtyard and risk messing with the guard? I don't want to kill the guy if we don't have to.
And it's best maybe that our presence not be known. I think we go to the shop and residence. Go to the shop.
All right. There's no
I mean,
windows.
the residence part.
There's no windows into this place that we can peek into to see maybe who. We're almost positive it's a glassware. It's got to be the glasswork guy on top. We don't think the priest. He may be staying there. Maybe he's sleeping with the wife. Who knows? But maybe I'm making all these stories up in my head. All right. Yeah, let's go over the shop and residence, and then we'll lower a rope down to get everybody else. But let's try to be quiet. Stu, you want to bring up the back with a bow? Because you have a bow as well, don't you? Or no, just a sling?
I do not. I've got darts. That's about it.
I can break the back. I have bow.
But we'll probably have a thief on the back. That'll work. I'll go up on top here first and see and bring the thieves over. What we can see is looking around.
Okay, so Algasa, you're going to climb up onto the roof of that and then start helping others over.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I'm going to do a dice roll. Let me know if you guys actually see it. I think I've got it hidden, but no. Anybody see that?
No.
Okay. Just want to make sure I know how I can do like secret checks.
Secret checks. Yeah, we are trying to be quiet, I should say. I didn't know if that was necessary to say or not. But
I'm assuming as much with you guys right now. So Algasa and Ginthin climb up onto this rooftop. Now, this shop part actually has a pretty high gable roof there. So you're able to climb up onto it, but you're kind of like having to basically be on all hands and feet on all fours to kind of scurry your way across. To cross over, you've got that 2-story drop down, you know? So it's pretty precarious to cross over to get to that warehouse. I would require a test of dexterity if that's what you need to do to just climb across this thing and get down there.
Is there a chimney up here? Is there a Santa Claus opportunity?
There is a chimney.
I don't know if that's the right play, but
you want a Santa Claus into the shop and residence?
I don't know. It's an option.
Could we just tie a rope around the chimney and allow that to help us get down onto the warehouse easier?
You'd have to climb up the gable to where the chimney is,
Okay.
which is still going to require a test of dex.
That's fine. Let's do it.
Okay, lasso it.
We're standing on a gabled roof trying to lasso. That actually sounds like a Saturday night at my house. Oh, shit. Where the heck am I? Here I am. Oh, I'm trying to find my sheet. Oh, here it is. This would be a climb. I got a 9 out of 12. What do you got?
Climb or dex test? Sorry.
Oh, it
What
would
did
be
you
a
say?
climb for the thieves, right?
You can use climb for the thieves.
Okay, yeah. 8 of 12 for me.
All right. I guess I'll go up there. Why don't you at least position yourself in a way that you could help catch me if I fall off or something?
Yeah, I'm totally prepared.
Down there. Like, all right, yeah, if you slide down, I'll get you.
Yeah, I got you, he says. All right, let's do this thing. Yeah, baby.
Nicely done. Okay. So it is delicate work to do, and like having to test your footing everywhere because obviously Khromarium, they're not exactly doing, replacing their roofs every 5 years or whatever you're supposed to. So quite a few of these shingles are pretty loose ready to come off. A couple of places you feel like your foot would go right through the roof down into the residence below, but you are able to delicately make your way up to this chimney. Chimney is not going to be large enough for a person to go into. It's just for like a cooking stove to release its fumes outward. But it is a good place where you could tie your rope around, as you were discussing, and that would help the non-thievery types cross this a little bit more easily.
They could just like take the rope, back and forth along the rooftop and leave it, just kind of walk slowly and have the rope help them. And then, it's long enough to get down to the warehouse?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Let's try and bring some guys and have like maybe 2 missiles on the guard or something, right? You don't have any other thoughts that they want to try, or?
What's the N+1 step after this? You want to just try to see what the view is from the warehouse roof, or thinking get down eventually and go in?
Go from the warehouse into the residence somehow, if possible. Is my plan. At least maybe see what we can see about the residence, because the guy could be staying in the warehouse too. I'm just assuming he's at the residence because people know he's here, right? He even knew where to send us. So unless he's working for the dude up north in the warehouse, then he must be in this residence. Or this warehouse, I guess, or sleeping in the stable. Because we don't want to fight all those dudes and the guard, right?
Right.
So I guess there a cart or anything visible outside the second floor warehouse in the courtyard or anything? I'm trying to think through.
There's a cart over in the corner.
So at some point, the people that were unloading something or getting crates from the bottom of the second floor warehouse, they might also start getting into the courtyard. Just something for us to think about. That's all.
We could also use that cart to block that door, maybe.
Oh yeah, to scuttle down and shove it over there.
Yeah.
Does the door to the warehouse open outward?
They're barn style. They slide.
We could tie it. They have handles. We could tie them together.
All right, so Gasa, you make it across to the warehouse. Gethin is behind that. Who's coming across next?
Do you guys want me to stay back and keep an eye on that guard? I only have a sling.
No, you go. I take the back.
Yeah, I thought so. You've got a bow, don't you? No, your son is a
No,
bow.
I got a sling as well.
Yeah, let's let Ulfin stay back and use his bow. You guys get up here and...
Okay, so who's third?
I'll be third, I suppose.
And Yathos will be fourth.
Denram. Well, I ask because as Denram is climbing down off the rope, is when the bay doors. Yathos and Othan, you guys haven't moved yet. The bay doors to the 2-floor warehouse slide open, and because of where you guys are, you can actually see straight into the warehouse at this point. And it looks like there's actually a couple of people that are butchering a large boar in the section underneath the loft that you hadn't seen before. And the bay doors open, and a couple of these guys are carrying like large flanks of bloody meat, somewhat wrapped in some tarps, and are carrying them across the courtyard into this room underneath where Athos and Ulthathan are. They enter into that.
So warehouse to warehouse.
Hear them complaining and muttering to themselves as they go, saying, every night another boar. Damn thing eats so much.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Anyone else concerned about the paw prints?
Which ones?
Well, Zach said there was paw prints all inside the courtyard. Paws aren't normally used on animals that have paws aren't usually used domestically.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't thinking that through, and I was just thinking horses, not thinking about paws.
Well, I thought maybe it was a dog or something that they used. I don't know. Honestly, I didn't even hear the part about the paw prints. I didn't notice. I didn't remember that.
Well, whatever it is, I don't think there's any signs that it's detected us. So if it's something that can smell, I mean, it seems like it would have already smelled our presence. So
Did the guard react to that interaction between the guys carrying the meat and stuff?
Yeah, he is awake. He kind of just glanced over and watched them as they went, but has since settled back into the seat. They've left the bay door open, and you can see that people are continuing to work in there. Yathos, Olthen, are you guys going to continue across?
If the coast is clear, more or less, like if it's just the guard left, then yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, we wait until they get from warehouse to warehouse and then go.
I'm assuming are there any entrances from the warehouse rooftop that we're in to the down?
Ask that again.
Are there any? Is there any egress into the warehouse from the roof?
Oh, like a hatch or something?
Yeah.
No.
Or windows on this side of the second floor residence? Or if we peek around the corner on this side?
So the front door there.
Okay.
There's the doors.
And no windows in the second floor residence on this side or this side?
Just the exterior.
Over here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
and as far as we can tell, I mean, I guess we were over on this side. This door is closed, I assume, of this warehouse.
Yes, that door is closed currently.
All right. Do we want to make our this is 2 stories, the residence here?
One
No, this
story. Look at that shirt, everybody. Top notch.
I should get paid a little extra for that.
I'll put it on my tab. All right.
All right, so you guys are climbing across to the residence there?
I want to go and look to see if there's egress from here or like what windows are on the first floor.
Yeah, there are windows down in the alley, 2 of them, and then 1 in the front.
You guys want to find out what's in this warehouse?
Well,
Do you think there's maybe there's a way between the warehouse and the residence on the inside?
No, I'm just like being attracted to the dangling baited hook to try and find out what the hell's getting fed down in here. I'm a button pusher, fellas.
Well, remember, the feeding was going on there.
Oh, this other warehouse over here. I was thinking this warehouse down here. Never
Yeah,
mind.
the guys just crossed over
Oh,
there.
perfect. Never mind then. Okay, good. I forgot that was even a warehouse up there. I was writing in the notes probably.
Warehouse on it.
All right, what I guess we could use that rope to scurry down to the alley if we had to, right?
Yeah, so it's secured on the chimney here. There's a window on this side on the second floor. We could get to the rope and then kind of dangle and check out the window on that side.
Are you thinking that I think the guy's over in this small flat over here by where Algasa is. But the reason I'm saying that I think is like Algasa, I'm willing to try and sneak into that door here in the back if that's what we think the answer is.
I'm fine with either. Let's pick one and try to get in.
Okay. So you guys get ready to pelt hell if any of these guards come after us. And I'll try to slip down there.
Okay. Augustus is going to try to drop down and get in through that door there.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. The drop down's no big deal for you. It's pretty easy. Just grab onto the ledge and lower yourself. But I do need you to definitely make a move silent because you're right around the corner from where that guard is posted.
All right, 6 and 12. I should X this. Roll this. Oh, noes.
All right.
I'll use some meta currency to re-roll that roll.
Whose game you think you're in? All right, so Algasa tries to drop down and holding onto the ledge of the roof, trying to lower herself, and the whole ledge just starts like coming loose and creaks loudly and drops down with you like a good beam or length of wood of this thing wrenched off with you, so that you land in the mud. The guard here jumps up hearing this, grabbing his crossbow, and calls out, "Who goes? What is that?"
It's a quick question. Was this a gate or of some sort? This line
Yeah,
here?
it's double doors,
Okay.
like a wood, beam. What do you call it? Yeah, the doorstop thing.
All right.
Oh,
But they're like 10 feet high and 10 feet wide total as well. Like you could definitely get carts and horses through here.
I think I'm going to try to. There's shadows from the light, right, around, so I can hide in shadows here.
We were like taking aim on that guard, right? I mean,
Yeah, you guys have a couple of you at least have line of sight on him. Like he's about to step up and jump, come around the corner here. I guess.
Would I be able to backstab him from the corner, or like can I fade into some shadows over here? I don't know which is more likely.
Facing that direction, so I don't know how you'd get behind him.
Oh yeah, I didn't before he came around the corner. I didn't know if I'd be able to get like right here, but if he's going to be back that way, it wouldn't matter. I'd rather hide in shadows if I could.
Okay. Yeah, you can make a roll to see if there's some loose crates and stuff around here. So make a quick roll on hide to see if you can find anything. What's your normal skill?
6 and 12.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a -2 because it's not great hiding locations here. So I'm gonna take that down to a 4 and 12.
Yeah, boy.
All right, so he steps around the corner, crossbow at the ready. What's everybody else doing up on the rooftop? You see Algasa take cover behind like there's a trough and stuff over here that she is like laying underneath a trough now.
Ulfan is kind of pulling the string, aiming at the guard, just ready to shoot him.
So you're standing up?
Do I need to stand up? Can I do that kneeling down? Or are we flat on the roof? Or
What I'm asking you is if there are 4 nicely lit up silhouettes of people on top of the roof, should he raise his eyes?
I'm
That's
low.
what I'm getting at.
I'm gonna be low. I'm gonna lay down on the roof.
You're dropping down, laying down, watching anybody else?
I'm gonna follow peer pressure and drop down.
Yeah, I'm low, and I'm also trying to see if I get like I don't know what the roof is made of, like a clay shingle or something in my hands.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can probably on off there.
I'm aiming at him, like kneeling down, and if he happens to look up, I'm gonna lose it.
Okay.
Lose
If you are raised up enough to be drawing your bow, I'm going to give him a 2 in 6 chance of seeing you while he's looking over the area. Okay. So let me
That's
turn
good.
off my
33%. We got this.
Yeah. I like to just randomly roll these things. All right. He mutters something about filthy rats all over this place. and stumbles his way back to his seat.
So I'm gonna slowly pull back the string and be really still.
And he sits back down, rests his crossbow there, and folds his arms, lowers his hood again.
All right. I guess I'll go back to the door. If it's locked, I'm not a very good lockpick, though.
You try the door, and it is locked.
All right. I'm not very good at picking locks, but I can try it.
What's your skill?
4 and 12.
I mean, you just rolled a 2.
Yeah, I know it's a possibility.
You could roll a 2.
Oh no, not too good.
No. Okay. So, I mean, trying to be as quiet as you can with this guard, like, right around the corner. You try to see if you can fiddle with the lock a little bit, but in this lack of lighting and trying to be all quiet and stuff, it can't really work very well. It's going to be beyond you to quietly unlock it.
Algasa shrugs her shoulders and looks over and points at one of the other guys and tells him to come down and points at the thing, and then she'll go take cover behind a trough.
Yeah, Zach, how do you feel about repeated checks amongst the party for this sort of thing?
Anybody trying to get off of this to get down there is going to have to do a move silent check. You guys are right by this guard.
He's wondering about the open locks.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have opinions on multiple party members being now you try, kind of thing.
So that's a good question. So covering that. So with locks, if you fail on a lock, you can't retry it until you level up. That lock is outside of your skill. But a different thief could. He might be able to, but wouldn't be able to retry. So that is one that I'm okay with different party members that have the same skill doing it. Now when it comes to breaking down a door, I'm usually going to ask who's got the highest strength, or you're not going to get to all right, lowest strength first and the next or whatever. Let's do our highest strength person and try to break it, and then a lower strength person wouldn't get a chance at it.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Yep. Cool.
And often if there are multiple people trying, I'll just bump up your probability. If you've got a 3 and 6, I'd raise it to a 4 and 6 if I've got 2 fairly strong people doing it.
All right. I'm gonna tuck my clay shingle into my waistband, and I'm gonna make my way down.
All right, let's see. Guard's a little bit more alert right now, but same move silent check.
Oof, not quite. Yeah, I'm 5. I'm 5 of 12. That was a 6.
Have to deal with this guy.
At this point, he jumps up immediately, sure, all right, I heard something that then. Who's there? And he calls out, loud enough that those of you can see to the north warehouse can see that this workers there stop working and turn around to see what is going on.
So Agasa is behind a crate. Assuming I make noise as I'm scurrying down, I pull the shingle out and I throw it against the building in this direction, out here.
I like it.
Okay. So yes, and you've dropped down and you are throwing a shingle across the courtyard to try to draw his attention over there.
That's the intent, yeah.
Okay. After that happens, what's your guys' plan? Are you guys attacking these guys?
On the ground, I think I would scurry behind a crate and hide for a moment too.
Right. My intent is to stay down until I have a good sense that things have really soured and my companions down below are in danger.
Yeah, stay flat until we're needed.
Okay. So basically, Stu, all you'll get with that is like, okay, there's a crash over there, but here's all these guys coming now. To see what the hell's going on. And throwing the thing to have a crash over there might give pause enough, but like people are coming out with lights and lanterns and lighting up the place. So Jingle crashes over there. It draws the crossbow's attention there for a moment while these other guys come out. Not even gonna have you roll for hide because with enough eyes on the courtyard here and enough light, there's not gonna be a chance. So as they come out, they do spot you guys moving around there, and then one of the guys calls out and points up on the rooftop and says, "There's more up there." And they've got their crossbows ready. They draw sabers, and so this big guy in the background calls out, "Who is this? What are you doing in our warehouse?"
We got no idea who these sons of bitches are. Are they wearing anything that strikes that points out who they might be?
Nope. But he calls out, "Show yourself! Step out of the darkness. We see you lurking around there."
Slinking, lurking.
Slinking, lurking, a combination.
Slurking.
Lurking around there. What are you doing breaking the home of Avic?
I step out with my hands up.
What do you say? Breaking into the home of who?
Avic.
The person we're looking for?
No.
No.
Shit.
I step out with my hands up, and like, whoa, like your business is your own. I've got nothing to do with it. I'm looking for a charlatan priest of the Moon Church that has betrayed his order. That I've heard is living in. I'm sorry, what's this little district?
Four Corners.
The Four Corners.
You hear from the shadow. Four Corners.
What's your charisma there, for Gethin?
It's 12. Nope, sorry, 10.
Okay. So he scoffs and says, "And you mean to break into my home, slink around in the shadows, and that's just how you look for people?"
Not your home specifically. I'm looking for his.
Yes, it is. It is what we do.
No priests live here.
It's not what I heard. I had it on good authority from. I'm gonna throw this guy under the bus.
What?
The innkeeper at. We have no loyalty to him, right?
We're going to stay there tonight.
If we get back, one thing at a time. We're trying to get back.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
I heard it from a guy at the inn. Sorry, going to notes. The Hooded Falcon. Someone told me that he's seen him here.
That mouthy innkeeper. Keeping an eye on our business, is he?
Oh.
Well, we'll pay him a visit after we've kicked you out of here.
Is this guy's name Avek, you said?
Avek, yes.
Okay.
Hey, again, your business is your own. Just looking for the priest.
I'm going to shoot my bow at one of these dudes.
Do it.
Are you
Yeah.
attacking?
Yeah, from my
Okay.
hiding place, I think I'm going to attack. And
Oh, they've spotted you. You have no chance of surprise. Everybody's at the ready here.
all right, that's fine. I'm going to fire my bow at one of these guns.
So you stand up and start to draw your bow. The two crossbow guys immediately raise theirs, and Avak calls out, "Cut these bastards down and throw them out of here." So obviously, Algasa is going ranged. Anybody casting any spells?
Yes, I am going to cast Wall of Vapors.
All vapors. Okay. Peter, what are you doing?
I will be using my sling from the roof.
Okay.
You fuckers get
Yeah,
down here.
you're down here in the trouble. What are you up to?
I'm fire at this guy.
All right, Gethin.
Is so you can't see the measure tool. Is this warehouse door still open with
It's
whatever
closed.
beast they're feeding?
Yeah, 2 guys you know have gone in there, and you don't see them. They have not come out.
I'm gonna make a run for that door.
Oh boy.
Okay. There are 3 guys with swords in between you. Like, they're moving forward on you.
Yeah, my intent would be to focus on evasion and like just try to beeline for the door.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Gotcha.
Here we go, Gethin.
I know.
There goes Gethin down again.
Roll. Let's see. Gabriel, I think, why don't you roll initiative? I've got a 2.
Okay.
Come on.
Got a 4.
Alright, so you guys are going first. However, crossbows that are ready like these will get to fire in your ranged round their first time. Because they had their crossbows ready. So ranged stationary attacks can happen first, and you guys have the chance to shoot them before you do, since you won the initiative.
Okay.
Well,
I'm shooting
I'm-
at this guy.
Okay.
Jen.
Yeah, I'm shooting at a crossbowman.
Okay.
I'll shoot at the other one.
Go ahead. Yeah, your shot misses completely.
Are we within 50 feet? Is it a +1 or no pluses unless it's only minuses? I don't know how it works. I'm just going to roll a 20.
That is going to be at point blank. The ones up on the rooftop with the height stuff will be at normal range.
All right. I think it's a miss regardless.
That's
Uh,
a 10 for me.
I have a 10, yeah.
It's a 10, and that hits AC 9. Yeah.
These guys are in leather armor, so you need to hit AC 7
No
for the bows. So all misses on those. So their shots, one of them is going to return fire. Who had the bow up top? Was that Olthen?
Yes. I have mastery on the bow. Do I shot to
Yep. Yep. Go ahead and make your second
a
shot.
shot around? Okay.
Nice.
That's a 17.
That'll be a hit then.
And 6 points of damage.
6 points. That is going to kill him right off.
Yes.
So you do drop one of them. Then the other crossbow is going to take a shot at somebody up top. Elfin, he's going to fire at you.
Okay. Got AC 4.
4. Okay, 4. That is going to be a miss then. Fires over the rooftop into the darkness behind you guys. Probably goes into somebody's house on the other block there. Never mind that.
we won't
All
worry
right.
about that right now.
Yeah, not your problem, all right? So, all right. That would be stationary, yeah, and stationary magic then happens before anybody gets a chance to move. So we have a wall of vapors, right?
Yep. It can be as big as, I don't know how high up we are, but it's 10 feet by 30 by 30. And my intent is to make a wall between the two parties right here, in between the two.
Yeah, I think. Let's go with. So 30 by 30, and then like 10 feet high.
Yep.
Yeah, that would work. So you can basically kind of cover that area there.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, so yeah, you raise your arms, and is that an arcane or divine?
It's an illusionist.
Illusionist spell. Okay.
Arcane.
And yeah, this cloud of vapor just like rises up out of the mud itself and obscures the entirety of this courtyard between them.
Right.
All right.
If I can yell out at the same time, I will say, "Get in, Algasa, get up here!"
So Gethin, this appears, and you saw these other guys with swords were preparing to advance on you when this wall of vapors arose. The wall looks like it stops just short. If you wanted to try to run around it and get to that warehouse over there, it would be up to you. You can hear shouts of confusion within the wall of mess there, but you can't see what anyone else is doing at that moment. What would you like to do?
Yeah, if he yelled like "get back up here" and I see this thing appear, I will do so. I will scramble back up.
Yeah, this is a case where I would definitely let you change actions. I do want a climb roll from you to within the round scramble up on top of the roof.
Sure, let me clear dice. Yep, 4 of 12, and my target's 8.
All right, so Gethin, you make it back up onto the roof there. Algasa is below. How long does the wall of vapors last? Is it
It lasts a turn.
Okay, so that'll be a little bit. What I'm going to do is secretly roll to see which direction these guys are going, how many kind of come out of things. You guys can't see them to shoot on them. So round 2, what's everybody going to do? We're just trying to get Algasa out.
That makes the
But
most.
I would. Yeah.
I think that makes some sense because they haven't seen us that close, and we can either weaken them with missile fire from up here or whatever. Then, yeah, I'll get out of there. I guess it's not what I would like to do, but
Yeah, I was tempted to go all in, but no.
Anybody else doing anything in particular, or are you guys just helping Algasa out?
Yathos is going to pull out his shield and just move to the edge and try and hold the shield in front of everybody.
Okay.
keep that bow out, Gabe.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep firing. Do I see anyone?
Come out of the vapor, so if you want to keep your bow at the ready, you'll have a shot if they do come out.
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the other crossbowman.
He's in the vapors. You can't spot him right now.
And the guy inside.
All of them. Yeah.
It's 10 feet high. Yeah, it's a tall.
Oh, 10 feet high. Okay.
All of you. But I'm going to roll to see if anyone gets through. So if you want to just have your bow at the ready, if they come.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Then. Cool. Homs, your turn on the initiative.
Here we go. Beat a 1. You couldn't possibly beat a 1.
I've got a 3, so. Right. I have my rolls. Let's see. So I got 5 of these guys left. That guy stumbles into a wall over there. Boss guy is out of sight. That guy. Okay, nobody's actually coming through the vapor. With my roll, they were all kind of stumbling into each other. So, big cluster of stuff. Algasa, you do not need to roll with people that are ready to help you climb up at this point. So you guys are able to get up on top of that warehouse. Are we booking in and out of here? Or do you guys want to stay up top and shoot when you can? What's your goal now that you've sort of blown the place up a bit?
So one of the things we could do is return to the inn to see if these guys come after the innkeeper and then maybe question somebody who does. Or we could try and take these guys out. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think we're kind of in for a penny, in for a pound, because we killed one of them.
But I don't think they'll know any way for them to know who we are. I mean, they could see us across a courtyard. Like, how well would I be able to pick these guys out of a lineup? The ones that I could see across the courtyard?
I mean, it's late at night with just some lantern flying. I don't think that you would be able to very well. They wouldn't be able to pick you up very well.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and too bad Gethin gave away our place that we're staying at, but...
I just said somebody at the end told me. I didn't say we're staying there. I didn't give them our itinerary.
This guy, Gethin. Son of a bitch.
It's like stabbing a dude and leaving your driver's license.
I'm gonna leave a calling card. It's a picture of me.
So if we flee, we're gonna probably either we're gonna need to go to a different place, or we're gonna stake that out and wait for people to come. But then we are gonna face the same thing. Probably this many guys, maybe.
Or do we want to
So
just take them out and see what creature they have in there? What's the thought?
we could wait for them to come out of the mist, or wait for the mist to finally dissipate and attack them. But that's
Or
10
take-
minutes, right? That's a long
Take
time.
take
so.
advantage of that confusion. Like we go. My intent was, I don't know how I've dealt with the two guys that went in already, but what if we just set whatever that beast is loose while they're amongst the vapor?
I don't. To me, it seems like one more thing for us to think about.
Says the guy that was eager to break into one of the other warehouses. But yeah, all right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the plots have the situation has shifted. I think the question is flee or finish off the attack. Peter, you seem like you want to finish off the attack. Gabriel, or
Yeah, let's finish this off.
Okay.
All right, let's stay and finish them.
The two warriors
just-
want to finish him off.
Yeah, I think we're just going to be running for this, right? Like it's.
But this isn't a dungeon, so I mean,
Well,
this guy
no,
could
but
be a
it's-
political force. We don't know.
Well, then let's capture him and
Yeah.
finish the rest of them off.
Okay. All right. You got anything? Does anyone else have anything up their sleeve to capture this guy?
Thoughts and prayers. That's what I got.
All right. All right.
What's the time frame to like? I know we like tied a rope to the chimney over here. Like what would it? How many rounds like would it take to like maybe get across the roofs back, like maybe flanked on the other side of these guys?
You're not having to worry about being noisy. So I don't even want to make a roll for stealthiness to cross it. But to get across the rope, you're gonna have to like climb across it on this gable and then throw the rope back. So basically, one person per round could get across.
Okay.
Go for it, Stu. Why don't you get over there? You don't have missile weapons anyway, right?
The short range darts. Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah. Why don't you make your way over there and see if you can see anything else from over there, and go from there. Maybe you could blackjack the dude from the warehouse.
So Gethin's going to try to climb across over there, and everybody else is just readying ranged weapons to see if anything comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yathos would like to go down.
Yathos is climbing down.
Yeah, after Gethin uses the rope, I'd just use the rope to get down into the courtyard.
Okay,
I'm going to go onto this residence just to change the point of attack.
gotcha. No initiative required for this round because nobody's really attacking anyone. However, you guys do hear. It sounds like the leader is starting to take control and is shouting at his men to move towards him. He says, "The vapors aren't going in here. Get back here. We'll take cover in the warehouse."
Oh, hey, that's perfect. We could all go to where Gethin is if we wanted to.
So they are following his voice and making their way back into the warehouse there. So Yathos, you lower yourself down. Agas has gone across there. Gethin, where you are able to just catch sight of the last of these guys moving into that warehouse.
All right. Did they shut the door behind them?
It's halfway open, you know.
Yeah, and I think we were been like half joking about it before, but like, is there some sort of handle on each side of the door, on the outside?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My intent will like still be to continue to like, I'll come to the corner over here and try to make my way down.
What's everybody else doing?
I'm going to go down as well.
I'm gonna follow Yatos.
Yathos is going to head to the same corner that Gethin is heading towards to try and offer support.
He might be able to see you, don't forget, from through the open door.
I think I'm okay with that.
Okay, good.
I'm going to stay on the rooftop up here, and if I see anybody pop out, I'm going to hit them with a sling.
Okay.
Is our way down? First off, actually, is our way down just right over here?
I mean, it's a single floor thing, so you can climb down easily enough.
Okay, so I'll just be at this edge right here.
Okay. No initiative roll necessary. You guys don't have sight on anybody. So yeah, go ahead and make your movements.
I'm switching to my short spear.
I am as well,
There's,
switching to my short spear.
don't forget, there's bad guys in the warehouse. This one,
Yeah.
the other one.
I know the door might be a little fuzzy as to where it is. My intent was to slide up next to the sliding door, but not go out into the opening yet.
Yeah. Okay. So let's pick us at round 4. So the mist is about halfway done or something. What are we doing, guys? The bay doors are open enough for a person, maybe two, to squeeze between. There are lights on, and you can see the shadows of figures moving around in there. You hear some quiet commands, but can't make out what they are. What are we doing?
I want to. Well, my intent would be to take out my rope and try to get like a single loop and like toss it to try to catch the far handle on the other door, and then ultimately my intent is to like quickly pull this one closed, like wrap it around this side, and then pull them shut and start like wrapping it around the handles.
Well, I mean, I can
Okay.
go get the other door if you want.
Sure.
You
either
can't
way.
see this. You're on the other side of the.
Oh, I
wall
can't.
there.
Okay, yeah. I keep forgetting about the vapor. So my thought was, I want to open this. I want to take the bar off of the gates if I need to get out of here quickly. I'm going to
Okay.
open this gate over here. Yeah.
Gethin, that's going to take you this round to prepare yourself a noose. Okay.
Yep.
Yathos, Olfin, what are you two doing?
I am going to provide shield cover for Gethin in case someone tries to shoot him through the door.
Okay. Olfin?
Where did you say there was a guard in the courtyard?
Guard in the courtyard? That would be the dead guy.
A
Yeah,
guard?
we killed him.
Oh, a cart. A cart
Cart.
right where you guys are at.
Like here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now he's gonna stay by this door, just making sure that no one gets out.
Okay.
There-
So Gethin is close to the wall because he's there. Olfin, you are still somewhat covered by the mist there, but Iathos, you're actually fairly exposed to the window above on the second floor where the loft is. Apparently the crossbow guy has gone upstairs in the last round and reached a window where he can see down in here. So he's going to get a shot at you with his crossbow.
And is there any chance that I see him, or it's not likely from here?
Yes, yeah, that's up above, so you will be able to get a spot. Yeah, you see him pop out of the window and take a shot at Iathos. That will be with a +1 to his hit, so a 12. What's your AC?
Depends on if my shield counts from above.
I don't think you're aware of this one.
Okay, then it's a 4. AC 4.
You're still okay. His 12's only going to hit a AC 7, so it clinks off of your armor, and now you got your shield as you see that. Denrin, you spot this crossbow guy, poke out, take a shot there if you want to get a shot. You
Yep,
will be
I
able
do.
to cover those, so -2 on your shots.
-2, okay.
Roll a 4. No. What's the previous roll?
No, for me it was a 15. So I get a +1 with my missile attack, so then that would be -1. It's a 14 to hit, so that would be an armor class 5.
That'll hit him.
Excellent. All right.
Nice.
And that is, let me clean that out. That's a D4 with my sling stone. 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage. All right.
Sharpshooter.
Or my roll. I'm sorry. Are my rolls still hidden?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. Forgot. Didn't realize you guys didn't see the last attack I made. I'll fix that. The sling hits him, strikes him, and he falls back. But it would cause the shutter to close. But you do see just like the silhouette of movement in there that he's apparently still alive. Okay, round 5. Stu, Gethin, you've got your noose ready. So this round, I'll let you make an attempt at lassoing this thing and closing it. Yathos, Sultan, what are you two doing down there?
I'm still gonna try and provide cover for both for Gethin and myself.
Keeping your shield a little higher.
Yep.
Okay. Olthan?
I'm moving behind Yathos with in case someone tries to attack him. Fight back from second rank.
Okay. Denram, you do not see this crossbow figure anymore. He kind of fell back after being hit. But if you want to keep an eye on that, I'll let you be considered at ready.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
And I'll guess, you doing anything now you've got this beam off?
Well, it's hard. I have 3 things maybe that would be a good idea, but Algasa has proven herself to be mostly altruistic, so she's probably going to try and rifle this body. If she can find it in the vapors.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a test of dex to see if you can find your way to this person's purse in the vapors.
Is it a pickpockets roll?
No, it's a test of dexterity just to see if you can find your way.
All right, what is my test of dex? 3 in 6. Yeah, boy.
You got it. All right. Let's see what this guy has on him.
It's not only looking for money, that is her main thing, but maybe she can find some token of like who he works, maybe what he does for a living or who he works for or something else.
Well, you do find 6 gold coins on him. Kind of pulling his body outside of the vapor so you can get a better look at him. He looks like a common stock laboring type. Pretty simple leather armor. There's no uniform markings, no heraldry or anything that you would look for. He does, when you go through his stuff, he has a tattoo that looks like a branding for prior crimes. He's definitely been a criminal that has been imprisoned before. Gethin, go ahead and make that test of dex to see if you can lasso this door.
All right. Hey. 106.
Okay. You managed to get this rope around the thing and pull it, swinging the thing closed.
Yep. And then start like wrapping it through.
Wrapping her around.
Like,
Okay.
now what? Now what, guys?
We can go check the residence.
Yeah. Well,
Break
I mean,
in.
yeah, that is his residence. But
The door behind Iathos and Olthan opens briefly. Two figures there draw swords quickly and then slam the door ahead of them and start shouting, Avok, what's going on? Avok now comes to the door here as a couple people like try to pull against the ropes. And then he sticks his saber through between the two, slices your rope in half, bringing it down. And Abbott calls out, "Boys, you might need to release the pet. You intruders, are you ready to parley?"
We're listening.
I'm gonna get the guard and put it in front of this door, kind of blocking the.
While Abbott calls out, "You men have made a terrible mistake tonight and broken into the wrong home. This priest that you're looking for is not here. Now, you've already killed one of my men, which means that you owe me some blood. But I'm gonna let you leave now, and we can collect our toll another night."
I'm not sure we agree to those terms.
What else are we going to do? Are we going to try to kill these guys? I mean, what are our options exactly? Do you mind if we take a second outside a game to talk about it?
That's fine.
Maybe fight the leader.
But why do we...
Like,
I mean, do we really want to fight these guys? These are guys that could give us work in the future, possibly.
Yathos is just blustering.
Okay. So
Yeah, I'll do whatever we want to do.
So he says the priest isn't here. So
maybe Yatos can fight hand to hand with this guy.
You think the
And
guy...
if he vanquish him, he give us information.
Or we could pay. Like, well, maybe I don't have much money actually. I was gonna say
If we lose, we pay him for the fallen.
What's this? We lose. I think I was just falling cold.
What makes you think they would want to do a single combat with us?
I don't know. He wanted to parlay. Maybe.
Yeah. I think he's scared. First of all, otherwise he wouldn't.
I mean, we're giving him
This could go easy. Like he says the priest isn't here. Does he have any idea where he's at? Hey, maybe we scrounge together a few coins and then give us whatever info you got and we walk away.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe where is the priest and how do they know he's not like hiding in the stable or something like that? And then we can maybe just flee if we have to.
Yeah, I'm fine with making an offer of coin for information and we'll skedaddle.
Or, I mean, we already have leverage on them, I think. They don't really want to fight us, I don't think, or they would have done it. They wouldn't have, like, ran away. And we kind of have a good spot, except for that beast or whatever. But, yeah, he did say that priest. Did we get the impression he knows what priests we're talking about, Zach, or no idea?
He did say that priest isn't here.
So he knows the priest. So he knows there's a priest around. So he definitely has some information. So let's get the information if we can without spending money. Geez, we don't have enough as it is. And we've already lost the money that we put down for the common room because I don't think we can go back to.
Says the only one of us who's had a net gain in money since this started. But please, yes, go ahead.
I paid for the common room. All right. What? The priest's name is Zargolkis, right? That's what the notes say. Let's.
Zarkultus.
Kultus.
So whoever's talking, I think it's you. Ask him where the priest is, and then we'll let him live, and we can suss out the blood later.
Sure. I'll lean in and try and put on the menacing voice. All we want to know is where the priest is, and we will leave with Boreas at our backs, and we can fight this fight another day.
Or hey, what about this? Where the priest sleeps? Maybe he's got the book here somewhere.
I'll see what he says to where the priest lives.
He laughs and says, "You're hardly in a position to negotiate. I may not want to be attracting the city night watch to my business tonight. But if we throw open these doors and my boys over there release the little pets that we have in training, not one of you will get out of here with your limbs attached."
I will repeat. You tell us where the priest is, and we will walk away.
I'm gonna
And
sneak
you can
onto
come find us later.
try and sneak onto the stables to see if there's another window into the story over here, into the
Looking into the stables, as soon as you open that, there's a good bit of
No, I was gonna climb on top of the stables to see if there's another window into the two-story warehouse. Sorry.
Okay, that'll be a full round to
Yep.
climb into
Yeah,
that
that's
house.
fine.
Let's continue the conversation for a moment first.
Yep.
What would you say, Peter? Sorry, you just repeated. Tell us.
Yeah, just saying that in effect, his threats to me are meaningless, and that we will happily fight another day if he tells us where the priests are.
I wouldn't mind coming over the back. I know we didn't talk about it, but like, and your boys, are they ready to die? Like, yeah, sure, you might let loose whatever this thing is, but one or two of them might fall by the time it gets to all of us. Like, are they willing to die for you tonight? Just give us the information.
It is you're a bold one. Who's the leader of this merry band?
I use both my hands to point to two other people.
They're shouting through closed doors, so he doesn't see it.
We are a free company.
He laughed. It's a free company. And that means that at least two of you are probably turncoats. What say you? 20 gold to anyone out there who slits this one's throat. Anybody want to join Avox smugglers?
You have a door between us. We're not sure which this one you mean.
The loudmouth talking to me now. Somebody cut his throat, and I'll reward you all.
Well, let's see what happens.
Seems like it'd be less messy just for you to give us the information we want, and we'll be on our way.
Why would I give you information when you've broken into my home and killed one of my men? What have you offered me other than trouble and noise and a nuisance? The only reason I haven't released my little pet is because the cleanup will occupy us for an entire day tomorrow, and I don't really want to waste the man hours.
You'll be wasting more man hours when the watch comes in the morn.
All right, so it sounds like he really maybe isn't. There is something holding him back, but we obviously don't have any money to offer him. The only thing we could offer him is work, and that seems like a strange. Go ahead.
We can offer him part of what they're gonna pay us for getting the journal back.
Oh, that's not bad. How much were we getting paid for that? 200.
Yep, they're gonna. We can offer him a share of what we're gonna get paid.
What do you guys think of that?
I think I like your first.
I mean, you guys should probably be aware that you are putting any kind of leader in a bad position where, like, why would he just turn over to you guys? Like, you guys are off.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hobbs, I liked your kind of first idea of maybe we offer him us for work. Obviously, we're a threat. Maybe he wants to put us to work. Maybe he has an enemy that he wants someone that won't blow back on him.
Well, he did ask us if we wanted to work with him already, really.
Well, he asked everybody else except for me.
Only if we kill Athos.
oh, I thought it was Gelthin we had to kill. There's no way I want to try to kill Athos. So I'd rather try to kill Gelthin. He's way easier.
You sound like you're a man who does a lot of business in Khromarium. We're new in town, and obviously we don't know the ways of the city. We would happily...
Pretty loud. This is... You don't say.
We would happily pay off our debt by offering our services to you. but
my lad that you've already slain. His friends are already going to be in mourning. That's another day of labor that I'm going to lose as they'll be moping around.
you didn't need that lad. He was asleep for half of his night's shift. That's how we got in.
He seems to brighten at this. He says, I suppose that kind of negligence does need to be punished one way or another.
Now, we're not guards, but we'd happily find our way around the city and find our way into the homes of the people that you don't like.
We're really good at it, too.
Literally.
Very tight-lipped about it as well.
Yeah, we don't tell anybody.
Yathos, what's your charisma?
That's a whopping 12.
Okay. No modifier.
No modifier.
Does anyone have a high charisma in this group?
I have a 15.
Yathos has been doing the talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I'm just curious, like, if there is going to be a leader, who is it going to be, or how are we going to figure that out? Because we probably should at some point.
Who going forward needs to be more of the face. But pretty good reaction roll on that. He slides the door partway open to look out at you guys. You guys get a better look at him. Pretty rough sort, but he's kind of grinning. Tall guy with a really good humor about him in appearance. And he says, why don't you put up your weapons for now? I'll call my lads down, and we can settle this over some Swampgate whiskey.
We will cautiously agree. And I'll lift my spear tip up.
And he thumbs up towards the stables and says, tell that lass to climb down off of there too. I've heard her stomping around this place.
Right. I'll come down the warehouse if I see my companions talking with them.
We'll, I guess we should all get together, eh?
Yeah.
That went well.
Could have gone worse.
He waves you guys to follow him and says to leave your weapons with his men as he heads up to the loft area.
All right.
I don't think I'll be doing that tonight.
Then stay behind.
Yeah, this is a trope of the genre. It would be pretty ill-tempered for them to attack us without our weapons everywhere. But we're not without our own devices. We'll be able to sneak out, even if we'll be able to break our way out if we have to, I think. So I will. I'll hand over a weapon.
Okay.
Yathos will do it, but very begrudgingly, and he'll make a bit of a pissy pants show of it.
All right. These guards take your weapons while looking at you with an awful lot of bitterness in their faces. But Avic leads the way up onto the loft area that you guys had a look at before from above. There's in the corner. There's a table laid out that has some food and wine and some papers and maps laid out on it. And he goes over and flops lazily into a seat and pours himself a mug and then just slides the bottle over to you guys.
I point to the window and I say, you should really secure that, by the way.
The window?
Yeah.
Hey, that's like, very well. Wouldn't have expected people climbing on rooftops in that rat alley. Not too common that we have drop-ins here. First night in Khromarium, though, is it?
I think it's our second.
Well, you've stepped into a fair bit of manure here. This priest that you're after, what's your business with him?
He has something that we've been paid to find.
Care to elaborate on that?
Not tonight.
Fair enough. Huh? Well, you're newcomers and maybe a little bit brash and stupid, but capable, it seems. So I might have use for you. We run a little bit of an operation here, moving things in and out of the city without the attention of the guards. But there are a fair number of palms that have to be greased in order to do that, and then we have a few competitors who are trying to muscle in on our area. Your priest was here. I dealt with him. He paid us for some information. But looking at you, I don't think that you can afford to pay the same price for that information. Am I mistaken, or do you have some fortune that I haven't spotted?
Well, I keep my fortune in my arms. So, put us to work and tell us what you know.
Well, I know where the priest is off to here in Khromarium, and I have an idea of what he's up to. But in order to get that information, I would say in order to repay me for the harm that you've caused, I could use a little help from you. You see, that pet that I mentioned is no ordinary animal. It is some beast summoned up from Hperborea that we are having to do an awful lot to keep tamed. Eats an awful lot. And it's really emptying out my stables pretty quickly. So, I know of a little device that can help us tame it a little bit, and I would like you to recover that. If you bring me this device, I'll turn over this priest to you.
Where's this device and what is guarding it?
Easy matter. It's a dead man's wand. I just need you to go and open up his tomb and snatch it.
Interesting.
I've heard easier missions and easier business, but do we get any credit for providing the meat of the evening? You seem to have a carcass out in the courtyard now that could easily last a day.
That might be a day's rations for the beast, isn't it? It's small credit, I suppose. And as such, I suppose I can lend you a little bit of help in this mission that I'm going to send you on. I am unfortunately aware that this tomb is not without its dangers. Otherwise, I'd just walk in and grab it myself. So, I will tell you now that I have sent previous people there, and something happened to them that caused them to be horribly diseased and insane, and they died within a week's time. Fevers and blistering and the like. They were unable to bring back the wand.
This is sounding better the more you talk. How far is this tomb?
The old cemetery? Let me flip this over. Yeah. The old graveyard is outside of the main walls, to the west of the town. It is a very large, almost a small village itself, of old mausoleums and tombs and the like. I can tell you roughly where it is and what the markings of the particular barrow that you'll need to open.
And are there walking dead there?
The crazed ravings of some diseased men spoke of such things.
Those who failed probably didn't have the proper respect for the dead.
Good thinking. You look like a respectful of the dead kind of person. I have faith that you will have no trouble accomplishing this minor ask.
Do we want to discuss it, guys?
I don't see any point in it.
Yeah, I mean, we could say yes and mean no later. It's fine.
Right.
Do you know who was this person before he
I
died?
do not know his name. I know that he was well, basically his tomb bears glyphs that associate it with the school of necromancy. So that was kind of what got us, or sorry, not the school of necromancy, the school of demonology, which is why we did the research at with the sage's library to find that this device of his has some means of control over these infernal creatures that we've got caged up down below.
Well, we will take our leave of you, and we will be back as quickly as we can, or we won't come back at all.
We'll knock on the gates next time.
We will see.
And I would not suggest not coming back. I have eyes and ears all over Khromarium. And now I've had a very good look at you all. You still have a blood debt to me.
I hear what you say. It's a deal.
Very good. If you pull this off, perhaps we can turn this little blunder of yours into a more profitable relationship.
One would hope that Yathos is going to get up and just take the bottle of whiskey off the table and head back to his spears.
The guards down below begrudgingly return your guys' weapons to you.
Well, what was up in the loft? Was it just an office, or was it? Yeah, they didn't have beds or anything. Like all these dudes must sleep in the house.
There was barrels, crates over in the corner that you were at. There was a bookcase, a round table that you were sitting at, a few stools, but not living quarters.
So, did anything in the area give us a sense that the leader? Do we learn his name? Did he tell us his name?
Avac.
Oh yeah, right. Did he have anything that indicated that he knows sorcery himself?
You didn't see any kind of magical runes or fetishes or anything like.
And you said there was a bookshelf, but no books that indicated anything.
A few books, but you didn't have a chance to go rifling through them.
Right. Okay. Nothing from the spines though that indicated.
Yeah, nothing that was like so it was magical treaties.
Right. Demonology.
Demonology 101. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Necromancy there and back again.
Could be the Necronomicon there. I don't know.
All right, so you guys make your way out the gate into the alley. It is about midnight now when you guys are out. Are you wanting to go back to the Hooded Falcon?
Yeah, I think so.
Why not? No good reason not to.
Do we want to hang out a bit in the area to see if he sends a runner to this priest? Maybe he tries to double cross us, warn him.
Not a bad idea.
Sounds like a great job for Gelfin.
I think he was trying to get rid of me now. We could hang outside the gate for a little while, see what happens.
I mean, if Gelfin doesn't want to do it, Elgasa would do it. And I think maybe we need to establish our place, take our lickings. We're new in town. We don't know what the hell we're doing.
Yeah. We could hang outside the gate, just be smoking and joking, see what happens.
Well, I don't think we should just hang out openly. I think it would.
Yes, I think we'd hide along the avenue and find out if anybody leaves. Follow them if they leave.
Send the group back to the inn, the Hooded Falcon. Elgasa or Gethin, you can stay and maybe trail if anyone goes, or maybe we keep two sneaky dudes here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, just want to make sure we get all the details from him before we leave.
The details about the tomb, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was able to tell you roughly the neighborhood of the graveyard that you're looking for and what the sigil over the mausoleum is that you're looking for.
What about the normal customs of the cemetery? Can the people often just go wandering around and busting into tombs there, or is it something that has to be done at night?
Yeah, grave robbing is definitely not allowed. It is illegal to go breaking in, so you'll have to be quiet in that regard. But it is outside the walls, so as long as you are a little bit sneaky about it, you should be okay. The graveyard is not presently used, so it's all older graves and tombs. People are not actively buried there anymore.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly, Zach, and correct me if I'm wrong, Hperborea has an undead problem, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Dead bodies just come to life if they're left. Isn't that the case? More often than not, there's a lot of burnings, cremations, that sort of thing because of it.
I think there's enough necromancy that burnings and cremations are a common way of dealing with that. But there's not this isn't like a Walking Dead situation where everybody is infected with zombieism and it's gonna pop back up. But there's also different cults have different ideas on the proper way to dispose of or make use of corpses after your death. So it just depends on the particular religion or cult that you're in, what you do with that. Some have a, we'll say, more recycling forward outlook on life and death.
Ulsan, he's a follower of Mordesan.
Okay.
I know the proper formalities of the rituals involving disposing the bodies and all that.
Yeah, so follower of Mortizan, you would probably be pretty familiar with forms of mummification, removing organs, preserving bodies longer, that type of burial, very, very ritualized, very formalized types of burial that are practiced by Mortizan's people. Because they're also kind of very closely intertwined with necromancy, so maybe you preserve things for other uses as well. But even outside of that, their burials are very rigid and regimented in how they do that. We don't have any Vikings here, right? So they're definitely all about the funeral pyre. Supposedly there are some cults that will feed their bodies to ritual cannibalism, basically, will be done. So there's stuff like that goes on. It just depends on the religion and the culture. All kinds of different manners. But yeah, the graveyard here is. Anybody ever been to New Orleans?
I'm from New Orleans.
You're from New Orleans? Okay. Kind of like the old mausoleum style,
Right.
rows and rows of those kind of thing.
St. Louis Cemetery, number 1 and 2.
There you go. Yeah. But yeah, so a couple of you guys are watching out to see if they send a messenger out.
Yeah, see if they're tailing us or sending a messenger out. And Denram, do you want to be part of that, or would you rather go back to the inn at this point?
I think I'm going to go back to the inn, and what was I going to do? I had an idea before. I've lost it now. I think I'm going to go talk to anybody there at the inn, what they know about the old cemetery, what they can tell us about it, and sort of scope out general information about the old cemetery.
It is well after midnight, so it is kind of quieted down at the inn. A few drunks remain that are still not knowing when last call is, but not a good crowd for gathering information so much as drunkenly slurring at you and singing bad songs.
That's fine. Then the innkeeper, is he around?
Nah, he would have turned in by now.
He would have turned in. Okay, then I'll just hang out with the drunks and keep my eye out for if anybody comes to seem to visit the inn this evening. I'll turn in late after my companions come back, and I'm going to keep an eye on anybody unusual coming.
Well, I think Ulfin and Aethos were also going to. Is it Aethos? Or you just say Aethos?
Yathos.
Yathos. Yathos. And that leaves Gethin and Elgasa to be sneaky, to wait around a little bit. I think 2 people. That way, if we had more people to trail, then we would have that ability.
Yep.
How long are you guys going to stake it out? Knowing that you probably need at least 6 hours of sleep.
We probably. You think we can go? We can't go to that cemetery in the daylight, though. Probably anyway, right?
I don't know. Maybe it's better to go in the daylight, but I don't know, a couple hours at least. 2. Start with 2, and then we regroup and make a choice.
Okay. Yeah, I think he would send somebody out within an hour if he was going to, wouldn't he? Especially for trailing us, if he was worried about that.
Who cast a spell earlier?
That was Denram. That was me.
Okay, Denham. So you need a full 8 hours of rest to be able to study up and re-prepare your spell.
Yeah, I guess I want to make sure I do that. Make sure I have.
After 2 hours of staking out, nobody has left, and whatever light sources you saw from within before have gone out.
These guys just live at the warehouse? All right.
He has his house right there.
Yeah, but they were like, what, 6 dudes? 6 other dudes?
It's a whole flipping house. It's just like his gang
All right.
house, man. The 4 corners is his gang house. I don't know. I haven't figured out the glassware part yet. That's the thing that's making me wonder.
That might be his smuggling cover, right? He said he moved stuff around the city, so maybe it's in glassware cases.
Fragile.
Did we
We've
lose?
lost Robert for the
I was going
moment.
to say, did we lose Robert? Is that what's going on here?
Well, I know everybody kind of had a hard stop at 10, so
Yep.
let's kind of wrap up. We're back at the inn. We've got to kind of make our plans for next week.
Okay.
Nobody left the place. It seems like, yeah, they live within this little complex there, and as far as you could see, nobody went out to send a message to the priest. So, presumably, he's not that close to him. So, plans for next week. What do we want to do?
I think we're going to head to this cemetery.
Yeah, I think so. Unless we just want to kind of move around the city and try and get more details about the priest.
Well, I, for one, don't want to double-cross this Avik guy. I'm kind of intimidated, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what the angle would be if we wanted to look for info otherwise.
Well, I mean, there's tons of people who live here. It's a matter of talking to some of them. But I hear you. Like, I'm fine with not double crossing them either.
Yeah,
I just don't want to get, the plague and die.
Well, maybe that's what
Yeah.
we should be doing is figuring out if we can get some kind of curios against
Oh.
the plague or something.
Gabriel, since you are a follower of Mortazan, you would recognize what he was talking about symptoms-wise as being kind of a mummy rot, tomb rot thing. Yeah, so you know that there are often like kind of gaseous traps that get in with some of these burial things that you got to be careful of. So yeah. That sounds familiar to some of the hazards you're aware of that go along with your own sex rituals.
Do we think it'd be worth going back to Arania and
I was thinking about that. Yeah,
being open about this component of things?
maybe she can provide some edge.
Hey, we're like one step away from finding the priest, but we have to go to this.
That's not a bad idea because she may actually have information why he was led to that place. Right? Wherever it is he's going. I guess he didn't go there, though. Interesting.
Yeah. They just want something from his tomb. But maybe she could either offer preemptive protection or some assurance that she could do something if we come back
If we get
feeling terrible.
Yeah, I mean, the priest did, like, the Avak said that the priest paid him a fortune for the information. And so she might have some knowledge on what that is. I don't know if she'll tell us, but...
Is it a bad deal to, like, what's she the priest of? She's some...
Lunaqua.
Yeah, Lunaqua.
How do they feel about robbing graves? Or like infernal beasts being held against their
Demon
will?
stuff.
Or...
I don't think Algasa would really know much about the.
Algasa doesn't give a shit. I'm asking these guys.
We could always just represent it as whatever heresy would fit the narrative that we want, right? Like,
I don't know what you mean.
as in, I personally don't know much about what like the moon worshippers would feel about grave robbing or whatever. But like, if we represented that whoever's tomb we were going into was maybe opposed to their beliefs, maybe they don't care. Is all I was trying to say.
Yeah, I don't know.
And we don't know if the priest has somehow had some connection with these guys, that demonology is going to be something that is going to be used in binding her, right?
Well, I guess the question is, do we want to bother her? Are we going back to talk to her or not? That's really what the question is.
I'm thinking not.
Okay.
I am sort of ambivalent. I was just bringing up the idea.
Yeah,
I'm fine making a beeline to the cemetery. And
do you guys want to go to the cemetery during the day or at night?
Day.
Well,
But do we know if there are regular patrols of the cemetery?
no, this is an unused cemetery.
It's outside the walls.
Right.
You still probably gotta be sneaky. You don't want to just,
everybody shows up with flowers. Everyone takes a different entrance. We meet in the middle. It'll be fine.
Oh, we leave the city through the
the North Road gate would be the way out, and then
Okay. And
cut
then
through the forest to get to it.
You know, in New Orleans, people regularly go eat in those old cemeteries. It's a place of like meeting up, and you can eat some lunch. So we could eat some lunch at the cemetery.
bring a picnic basket. Like
There you go.
Lots of flat surfaces, right?
Yeah. Right, then we will plan next week on doing a daytime trip to the cemetery, and depending on how long that takes, potentially finding out where to go next for the priest. It sounds like.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
Nice.
All right. I guess I'll hit the music. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I think we'll just wrap it up here. And we'll see you next week. I believe so, right? Yeah.
Yep.
It'll be 2 weeks before I'm going to be gone. But I think I'll still be around for Tuesdays, just not Thursdays. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out at the Gamerhood. Till then, the dulcet tones of TJ Drennan.